Attended and supported by 3 African presidents, an anti-poaching summit has concluded in Kenya, resulting in $5 million in pledges and a united message to the world that elephants are worth more alive than dead. The summit culminated at the Nairobi National Park with the largest ivory burn in history. VOA's Jill Craig was there.
They are iconic symbols of Africa, but the poaching crisis across the continent puts their very existence in jeopardy. Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta says their deaths represent a death to his country's heritage. So he, along with his presidential counterparts in Uganda and Gabon, came together at the Giants Club summit in Kenya to pledge their support to saving the African elephant, of which tens of thousands are being killed across the continent every year for their ivory tusks. Save the Elephant's founder, Ian Douglas Hamilton, says this high-level commitment is key.
Ultimately, a lot of decisions in Africa get taken at presidential level. If the president is not behind a movement, it's just not going to happen.
In addition to the presidents, the 3-day Giants Club Summit, organized by elephant conservation group Space for Giants, hosted conservationists, diplomats, celebrities, and others to find solutions to ending the poaching crisis. Donors and financiers pledged more than $5 million for elephant protection initiatives in Kenya, Gabon, Uganda, and Botswana. Funds will go toward ramping up frontline protection, improving technological and legal capabilities, building electrified fences, and setting up an endowment fund for protected areas.
I believe that this is going to send a message to the rest of Africa, especially the places where wildlife are. They are going to see what the president of Gabon, the president of Kenya, the president of Uganda have done.
Others, like Rod Potter, a wildlife investigator who works directly on the gruesome side of poaching, are hopeful but hesitant about the summit's outcomes.
Yes, I do think something will come out of it. Whether it's as big as we would like to see, probably not.
At Kenya's ivory burn Saturday, in which 105 tons of elephant ivory and 1.35 tons of rhino horn were destroyed, President Kenyatta pledged his support for a complete ban of the ivory trade during this September's Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species. WildAid CEO Peter Knights explains why he and many other conservationists are against the selling of ivory.
We've tried this 2 times. In the 1980s, we were trying to sell ivory legally under a regulated trade. We lost half of Africa's elephants. We went from 1.3 million to 600,000 elephants. We stopped the trade in 1989 and the poaching went down. And then again, we tried again in 2009. They sold 70 tons to China and suddenly the poaching went up again to 33,000. So you can't put this back on the market, just like you can't put heroin back on the market.
The summit and the ivory burn concluded with this unified message to the world. Ivory has no worth. Only living elephants have value. Jill Craig, VOA News, Nairobi.